Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. Let me see who's here first. Lola Love, thank you so much for being here. And Lola wants to say hi to a bunch of people. Cherry Traveler, Avid Reader, Mama Janet, Helen Marmon. No, wait, no, that's just Helen. All right. I mean, not just Helen, but you know what I mean. That's Helen. Um, Lola Love, Rodney Jackson, Hazel Jones, Mary H., Joya Moore, Emerald Derrick, and who else is here? Maurice Brown, Lydia Washington, Jean MK. Okay. Well, what could I say? Not a good day. Not a good day, you guys. Um, there has been a defense waged in favor of our faves, and it's mostly coming from TikTok, as far as I can tell. But there's no like person of notoriety that I can think of in the eyes of the nation. No, um, I don't know, Oscar winning, Tony winning, prestigious Peabody Award winning. I can't think of anybody that has defended our faves. Uh, None of the politicians or anything like that. And I'm just like, okay, we know the mayor of Pasadena gave them some very kind and generous words and pretty much gave them their flowers that afternoon. But I need more. I need more because this is very serious, you guys. You never want your enemy to define you. And the Sussex's enemies are it seems like they have free reign to abuse them. And I think the ultimate goal, as far as some people are concerned, is that they will shelter in place as though their home is under siege and just not come out and do anything. Now, we know that's not going to happen because, if nothing else I can say about them, they're not cowards. Okay? They're not cowards. They're not going to hide. They're going to come out with their heads held up high, and they're going to do service as they have always intended to do. The model in which they created their lives is very similar to that of the Obamas, where there would be a part of their public life that involves entertainment, well, via production, and the other part, of course, would be through their foundation. And of course, the one thing that um, I feel kind of bad that they're not taking full advantage of is the lecture circuit. That is one way to really, um, shall we say, create generational wealth. That's a great way to create generational wealth. And they don't have to do it right now. It's something that they can, do another time. I know that they have done some public speaking, but I don't think that they have really um, lived up to the promise of it, as far as I'm concerned. But again, they are young and they have a whole lot of options available to them whenever they choose to partake in those other options. So there's no need to rush. And certainly nobody is sitting and waiting with bated breath, wondering what did Royal Sussex suggest? You know what I'm saying? Winsome Jones, thank you so much for the super sticker and thank you for being here. Also, thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Church Nelly, thank you for being here. Vaughn is here. Antoinette Kennedy is here. Let's see who else is here. Beverly McCaskill. So yeah, I'm not pleased. I'm not as upset as I was yesterday, but still I'm not pleased. Um, I I believe the Sussexes have worked way, way, way hard enough to warrant a vigorous defense for their character, right? They have put in the work. They have helped a lot of people. Now it's time to speak up. Uh, those idiots on TMZ were so unprofessional. Perhaps they were visiting the home of the lady who was crying, and they did not say anything about raising awareness. I'm not aware of what that is. I'm sure it was, but I'm not aware of that one. I haven't seen anything from TMZ recently, but um, you know what, I'll do some homework. Lydia Washington says, no one can speak your truth and defend your truth better than you can do it for yourself. They should do a classy, eloquent clap back on Archwell. Here, here. Thank you so much for the super chat. Um, yeah, that is that they should. They really should. But I'm just of the opinion that this needs more than that. This really needs more than that. This is one of those moments very similar to the dictator in heels type of thing, because there is a tagline. They have a talking point and a tagline. And that thing of accusing them of being, oh gosh, whatever it was, something tourist, and comparing them to ambulance chasers, it totally ignores their philanthropy and the fact that they are lifelong volunteers. It ignores that. And so, but you know what I think this have to do with is the fact that once the with love Meghan uh, happens, people will see Meghan interacting. They will see her humanity, and people will realize that she's not some type of monster, and they don't want that. They don't want that. So they are tainting her image as much as possible. And of course, by the time her show airs, there's going to be all types of insinuations about why she said this, why she has done that, and um, then they'll do a list of who hasn't been on the show. I mean, it's like Patrick J. Adams says, you can write the headlines in your head because you already know the tactics that they're going to use. So, um, you know, I'm not throwing in the towel. I'm ready to help them fight their corner. But yeah, a clapback would be great, but I think they're going to need more than that this time. They really need to do something, not them, but, Meghan has a talent agency. They need to get to work on this. If she has a talent agency that is worth any of the, what do you call it, the hype that has been given to them, somebody needs to get to work. I'm not pleased. Someone needs to get to work. Um, I think an interview would be great, but then it opens you up to so much more. They will make so much more out of it. So um, I don't have the answers. I don't know what there is to be done, but I think this is going to take a village because they're taking on too much water right now, and it's not good. because they're being defined by that lizard creature from that 1980s sitcom. Of all people, that thing, that has been, that has been and have not is um, the center of attention. And I don't think that she's being dragged in the same way that Meghan McCain has been dragged. And I believe Meghan McCain was damaging enough. So something needs to be done. Something, yeah, something has to be done. I don't have answers though. I wish I could um, uh, follow it up with like, oh, they need to do X, Y, Z, but I don't have it. I don't have anything. Cherry Traveler says, I am screaming so hard at my computer, screaming. Sharon Stone, her interview on Harry and Meghan was epic. She was so good. Well, Cherry Traveler, I do believe that interview was from the start of the pandemic. I believe it was in response to Harry and Meghan taking the Meals on Wheels, or the meals to the seniors or elderly or whatever it was. So it's actually a bit dated, I believe. I don't think it's new. Now it's possible that it is, but I don't think so. I think that that's a bit dated. And when the Sussex Squad is sharing certain things to help the Sussexes tell their side of the story, or at least demonstrate who they are as people, some of the material is accepted as new and relevant. Well, it is relevant, but it's not new. There's a lot of things that I have shared, and I start, building the podcast around it, only to realize that, oh, this is from 2021. This is from 2022. So I think it would carry more weight if it were something new as opposed to something from the archives. But it helps. It helps. Anything that helps demonstrate their character to the masses, I'm all for it. But I personally, and again, this is just my opinion, I want a greater intervention from more people, the people on the ground that have worked with them. Find the donut man. Let's put something together. Let's put something together, because I'm just concerned about the um, the lifestyle show, how this might affect the lifestyle show. And listen, you guys, they're not just resting on their laurels. They are definitely putting something together to push back, clap back. I'm sure that that's in the works. There's no way they're just taking this, right? No way. Because this is an attack on their brand as what do you call it? Philanthropists and um, public servants. I mean, their public service is being called into question, and this is it's really going to the very essence of who they are. So, like I said, I'm not pleased. I need something more. Thank you, Helen. And let me see. We should continue to pray if God is for you, who can be again. Yes, yes, Karen Stevenson. Thank you for those words of clarity. Thank you. Should invite loudmouth trolls, join them in supporting efforts instead of popping off at the mouth. Turn the mirror around on the haters. There you go. There you go. Uh, Ella Parker, good morning to you too. Morning, Baron and Squatties. The court cases. Yes, that is a factor. Thank you, Ella Parker. That is very much part of it, I'm sure. But the Justine Bateman, she's not a reporter. Um, I think that it was rage tweeting for certain. She probably doesn't care for Harry and Meghan anyway. And I believe she was rage tweeting. And now it has brought her some attention that she hasn't had for quite some time. And she's going to ride this for as long as she possibly can because it's free, it doesn't cost her anything. Well, most times the conventional wisdom is, do nothing, say nothing, don't give them any, what is it? Don't give it any oxygen. What's the other one they say? Don't bring attention to it. I mean, there's a lot of things that can apply, but I feel like this is very different. This is just like the dictator in Heels. For some reason, there was a massive pushback when they accused Harry and Meghan of being, well, mostly Meghan, should I say, of being abusive, right? They accused her of being abusive. They started listing all of these people that are no longer working for them. When they did the Oprah Winfrey interview, and somehow they came up with these 10 or 12 things that was either wrong or a lie or misrepresented. And people, or I shouldn't call them people, the derangers, they started saying, well, there are 10 things that they lied about with Oprah. Now, they couldn't tell you what those 10 things were, but that number was fixed in their heads, and they would repeat it over and over again in the tabloid media. Where did they get that from? Mostly Piers Morgan, right? So it was a way to, I suppose, I guess make them out to be what, liars, disingenuous. Whatever it was or it wasn't, I'm sure it means different things to different people. But for the most part, it made them look, it made them seem as though they were plotting or that they were basically liars. It made them seem incompetent liars. That is what that 10 things, you cannot underestimate how much damage these things does. Now, long term, I think this will just blow over and it won't be the worst thing in the world. But on the 4th of March, the Lifestyle Show is coming out. And between now and the 4th of March, right, hopefully a week or two from now, they can start promoting again, but they may not have an opportunity to promote up until the premiere. So instead of getting excited about the lifestyle show, we're going to be defending them, right? We'll be excited, but we also have to defend them. That is part of it. And if that negative tone, that negative drumbeat continues, there's the risk of driving open-minded people away from it. That's what concerns me. That's what concerns me, because having that negative reaction about a person, even though you're trying your best to be open-minded, that's why a lot of people did not vote on election day, because they have been worn down by the negativity of the campaign. Election day is not determined by who comes out to vote, it's who can we abuse and they just stay home. So I won't say that the things that you think are right, what you all feel are best, I'm not going to say that those are not effective. But in this instance, this is very different. This is very different. When the Meghan McCain happened, I didn't talk about it that first day because I was hoping it would blow over. But it just grew into something huge, right? When the Dictator in Heels happened, I didn't say anything about it the first. Actually, you know what? I take it back. I did, because I knew that was bad. I knew that one was going to be horrible. This is one of those moments. Like it or not, this is one of those moments. And this should not go unanswered. That's my opinion. This should not go unanswered. That PR firm they have is worthless. Hear, 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 hear. Because it's making me wonder, what are they doing? What is the PR firm doing? Because if it was anybody else, you would have people, well, let me put it to you like this. If they were politicians, you would have people doing all the morning shows, helping you tell your side of the story. See, if they do it themselves, they're toast. Because if you're explaining, you're losing. And people always, get this idea, some people, if they just go on television and tell their side of the story, that only digs a deeper hole. But this is a very serious moment. Very serious moment. I hope I'm wrong. I do not want to be right. I hope I'm wrong about this. Oh, okay. Well, I agree with that. Let's see. We have the Invictus Games in between to cover up soon. Then promotion starts. Well, I'm hoping the promotion will start, because as soon as they start the promotions, never mind. I'm not even going to say anything about that right now. Let me see. Even the Jeremy Vine program said something about this. He is a rabid anti Meghan and Harry. I thought I was hallucinating. Oh, okay. Let me see. I wish the new date had not been shared so far in advance. Gives the enemy too much time to plot. The show will, yeah, will be successful regardless. Um, yeah, I thought that the announcing the start date, it does give a too much insight to the enemy. It really does. I agree with that. Rebecca Arthur, that ship has sailed. It's everywhere. It is everywhere. I hope you understand that. That ship has sailed. We can pretend like it does not exist, but yet it's everywhere. So, most times, that is the most effective approach is to say nothing, but not this time. I disagree. I disagree. You cannot let your enemies define your character. Too close to home, attacking their brand is going too far. Harry and Meghan's PR needs to do something before March 4th. Absolutely. Antoinette Kennedy, we're going to get to that. You're absolutely right. We're going to get to that. Yeah, uh, absolutely. I agree. They cannot address everything, but some things are serious. A formal reply is warranted. They never explain or complain stuff did not work well for them. And yes, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you have to draw a line because never explain, never complain. The Kensington Palace took advantage of the fact that Harry and Meghan were muted by the policy, by the protocol, whatever you want to call it, by the ranking system. They were muted. But even the rest of the royals, they reach a point where they have to say something. They have to say something. If they don't say it, then someone, see, the big disadvantage is that every day the royal rota, Rebecca English, hits the airways, writes a newspaper column, helping to shape a message for the palace on behalf of the palace or for the sake of the palace. Who's doing that for Harry and Meghan? You have an entire army of reporters attacking them on a daily basis. Now, mostly is contained to the tabloid media and the derangers online. But this Justine Bateman thing has become a huge liability. This is too big. And she might be the most nothing person in the world, but this has gotten too close to home. I'm sorry, several comments about what? Aaron, they have said something. There have been several comments about it in the chat. You missed it. Apparently, because well, yeah, I missed it. Marshall says, Baron, there's a time when they go low, we go high, but there's a time we go just as low to beat them at their own game. Defend yourself by any means necessary. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I think they should continue to help people. The haters will not define them. The people in decision making and those they help, no. Yeah, yeah, but there are the people in the middle. There are the people in the middle, the very impressionable, open minded people that can go either way. This is going to blow over. This is not the end of Harry and Meghan. This is not the end of their philanthropic efforts by any stretch of the imagination. But there is the Invictus Games coming up, and there is Meghan's series coming up. And there's the risk of this overshadowing those events. There is the risk, but it's not absolute. I'm not saying for certain that it is absolute, but I just don't feel comfortable this close to the court case, the Invictus Games, and the March the 4th rollout of the show. Because their their public appearances, right? If the Sussexes were in one of their quiet periods, it would run out of oxygen fast. But the more people see them, every little thing that they do is going to be scrutinized to the most extreme. Now, am I saying, oh, well, they just shouldn't come out? Absolutely not. Go out and keep doing what you do. But there should be a vigorous rebuttal to these talking people, these talking heads. There should be some type of rebuttal. They have to have some kind of defense. When they referred to Meghan as the dictator in heels, what was different about that? They could have just said nothing, but they chose to fight. They said, oh no, this is going too far. This has gone too far. The speech is dangerous on safety level. Yes, absolutely. Something needs to be said. People like her want to inspire someone to violence. Thank you, Angelina Stanley. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Because the next time there is an event and the Sussexes go out to do what they do, what if some deranged person challenges them? What are you doing here? Nobody asked you to come here. That's what I'm talking about. This needs to be dealt with, and the sooner the better, because it's bad enough that there are people that have been rude to them, mostly to Meghan, of course, have been rude to Meghan across the pond. We don't want that here. But if this goes, then you run the risk of having people publicly challenging you. Now, so far, the only time that that has happened here was someone from Britain, not Americans. So, with all due respect, I don't think you all, well, not you all, but some of you all, I don't think you see this as a serious threat that it is. This is very serious. Gwen Mills, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for being here. But I say this is very serious. On page 6, um, I keep saying there was a response from Harry and Meghan's rep today on page 6. Anita from My Duke and I also read the response. I'll check it out. I'll check it out, but I'll say this though. What is that old saying? Your apology should be as loud as your, what is that saying? As loud as your offense or something to that matter. Okay. Well, listen, I hope that helps. I hope that takes us where we need to go. I hope that does everything that we all hope it does. Thank you. Your apology should be as loud as your disrespect. So hopefully there will be a very loud apology to the Sussexes from Meghan McCain and from this Justine Bateman person. I really believe that's what needs to happen. Those people need to apologize to them. They really need to apologize to them, especially considering the fact that Meghan is an American. Meghan is from California. What's that? Baron, what did the woman say from Britain that Meghan took their prince away? Oh, by the way, before I go to the next slide, um, I don't even know who the person was because I deleted it. Yesterday, I played Tim Wilson, right? And someone wrote in the comments that we should not, um, well, anyway, not we, I should not mention Tim Wilson or something to that effect, because where was he at when this happened to Meghan and that happened to Meghan? Where was he? Tim Wilson is Tim Wilson is a royalist. Tim Wilson is a monarchist. Tim Wilson is a proud British subject of His Majesty the King. I know who Tim Wilson is, but if Tim Wilson says something and he gets it right, especially when a proud monarchist and a loyalist says enough is enough, that this has gone too far, okay? When Tim Wilson says that, then it has gone too far. But what I want to say to the person who made that suggestion, don't assume I don't know who Tim Wilson is. I know who he is. I know what he stands for. But he happens to have been right that one time. And as they say, even a broken clock is right twice a day. So that was one time in a day that he got something right. It might be another year before he gets something right. Me calling him Santa Claus and laughing and having fun and all that kind of stuff, it doesn't mean that I agree with Tim Wilson most of the time. Um, and I know sometimes people think if you humanize them and make them into some characterization, that somehow you're elevating that person and they really should not be elevated. Um, I think Tim Wilson has a great deal of respect for Harry. I think he tolerates Meghan, right? I don't think he loves Meghan, but he tolerates Meghan. But what he said the other day was 100% correct, that most of this originates from the tabloid media. And he's also said on occasion that William and Kensington Palace is also the root of a lot of these issues and problems that the Sussexes have. That there seems to be no discipline or control over the staff at Kensington Palace. That William has surrounded himself with some terrible people. Now, I don't think that Tim Wilson is giving William enough scrutiny. I think he should just say William instead of putting everything on his staff. But that's the way he sees it. But I know who he is. And if I choose to quote him again, I will. But just so you understand, he's a royalist first. I don't have anything against the royalists. That is the system in which they were born. That's the system that they believe in. And I respect their love for their system. But if they get something right and I choose to quote them, I will. I will. So, but you don't have to tell me who he is. I know who he is, and I know what he stands for. Joan Lawman, thank you so much for the super duper super chat. And thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. Greatly appreciate it. And thank you for being here tonight. Okay. Let's see here. Let me get old Saint Nick off the screen here. And Myra V, I'm not sad. I am in the fighting mood. I want to fight for the Sussexes. I mean, we have a lot of fun on Royal Sussex, right? We have a lot of fun. And I know my voice is strained, but I've had a long day. But listen, do not assume that I'm in a position where I feel defeated. I feel like fighting. I want to help them fight their corner. We have to do that, but we cannot ignore when something is serious. And we don't have to agree with everyone. Everyone doesn't have to agree. But the only thing that I think we do agree upon is that we want the best for the Sussexes. And the fact that there's so many different opinions is a clear indication of how serious this is. This is very serious. You don't. You cannot get all of us together. It's just not possible because everybody has different schedules. Some people are in different parts of the world, and that would be so difficult. And the hours that I keep vary from one day to the next. And I think it's better that everybody has their own voice and that everybody is, um, doing their own thing. And also, if you disagree with me or you don't, you have a smartphone, you have a platform. Go out there and start a channel. Do it because we need more people fighting for the Sussexes. They don't have the resources that the enemy has. We need more people to help them fight their corner. And that is why I have promoted other channels again and again. Go watch so and so, help that channel grow so that there will be an alternative message. We need an alternative message in comparison to the hate channels. I mean, you see the numbers that they get. The numbers are astronomical. Most of them have the silver play button because they have over 100,000 subscribers. How did they get that? From hate. So let me see here. I saw that Jeremy Vine feel conflicted because I think they want sympathy for Kate so she can get sympathy at BAFTA. Yes, like they did for the um, Wimbledon, right? They had that big moment at the Wimbledon where everybody applaud Kate's entrance, right? And they want them to applaud at the BAFTA because usually there is no applause for Will and Kate at the BAFTA. And they want a big, huge approval of Kate when she walks through that door. Okay. Thank you for that, Lex. So that looks like a nightmare. That looks like a monster. I mean, it just looked like the end of times. And, but for the fact that this happened, the with love, Meghan would have come and gone. We would be in the most jovial mood right now, but it did happen. And people are taking advantage of this. Those enemies of the Sussexes are taking advantage of this situation and using it against them. Did you just wince? Because I just kind of threw up in my mouth a little bit. I feel acid coming up the back of my I feel acid coming up the back of my throat right now. I do. I feel like I could just upchuck. Seriously. I that startled me. I feel startled. I feel like if I keep looking, I'm going to turn into a pillar of salt. What happened to Mallory from what was the name of that show? Family Ties. What happened to sweet, quirky Mallory? Mallory has turned into, I guess, Maggery. Instead of Mallory, it's just MAGA. She has turned into MAGA. A week ago, we didn't even know she was still alive. And now she's everywhere. Well, you know what they say, time only takes. It doesn't really give you anything. It really doesn't give you anything. She looks 80. She looks like she's 80. Mallory is just a character on TV. The person who plays her is what you are seeing now. Actually, I don't see the person who played her. In place of that person, I see this old waxwork. I see something from the basement of Madame Tussauds, right? I feel like I'm looking at one of the I feel like I'm looking at something from Madame Tussauds. That is not Mallory. That's not even the person who played Mallory. That is something from Madame Tussauds. Lex says she needs a Camilla facial, maybe clips and yeah, she needs to have them. What do you call it? Have that that makeover they do on a lunch break where they put anchors in the you know how they pull it all back. Yeah, some clips and zip ties. uh You know, you would just think some people would stay quiet lest you notice they're actually there. Yes, it's Madame Tussauds during a heat wave. It's like the air conditioning went out at Madame Tussauds. So, Family Ties star Justine Bateman labeled Meghan Markle and Prince Harry disaster tourists and says their appearance at the food bank to meet with LA fire victims was a photo op. The thing is, the term disaster tourist is being used over and over and over again. And right now, I cannot say that it is the new, we want our privacy. We want privacy. It's not going to last that long. It will be very short lived. But I don't like the fact that that will be the label that is used every time the Sussexes show up. They are going to use that label again, and they are going to run the article or articles. They are going to mention Justine Bateman. So she has hitched herself to the Sussexes using the term disaster tourist. Like it or not, that is going to be used again and again and again. And I would rather that it is dealt with now. I don't know what you could do, but I would rather that it was dealt with now than to have that come back over and over again. That's what I'm afraid of, is that that term, that label is going to be used again. Do you think she has a toothache? You think she has a toothache? That's kind of like the face that people make when they have a really bad toothache. I feel I feel like her teeth are hurting her. The thing is, I'm not even sure she has teeth to hurt, but it looks like she has a toothache. I think she has a toothache. Let me see here. Harry's court case starts Monday, so all eyes will be on that. He is supposed to be on the witness stand for 4 days. You know what, Yasmin? I'm going to say that is probably a good thing. That is probably a good thing. There will be a story of the day. The people they will help should support them. Yeah, that is probably a good thing. 4 days and a story coming out every day. Yeah, nothing is hopeless, you guys. Nothing is hopeless. It's in my nature to be a bit alarmed by something like this, but I could easily say that I was wrong, you were right, and if that time comes, I'm going to say I was wrong, you were right. but I would rather they not um, let this affliction fester any longer than it is already. Let me see. Let me see. I can see the British media using it, but not the U.S. media. As we have seen, the media here, surprisingly, even Fox has some degree of journalistic ethics. The British media doesn't. So who cares what they do? Yeah, yeah. It will mostly be confined to the tabloid media, um, and that's a good thing. It will be confined to the tabloids, um, and the sooner the better. The sooner the better. So I hope that's exactly what happens. The term disaster tourist is stupid when Meghan was born and raised in LA, and people on social media is letting it be known. Only the racist people are responding negatively to that, which, like Meghan Kelly. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I will. I'm just going to hope that will be the end of it. After after the court case starts, I hope that's the end of it. I do not want to be right. Let's see. What is that? Wilmarwell, right? Oh, okay. Thank you so much for that. Vaughn says, Baron, that's not a toothache. That's botched Botox. Got it. Thank you so much. Thank you. I just wish I knew what happened. What happened to her? What happened? Because um, let me see. Where's that slide from yesterday? There you go. There you go. Maybe there's a raccoon on TikTok doing makeup videos, or maybe there's a YouTube video where there's a raccoon giving makeup advice. Maybe that's what happened. I'm gonna have to look for that. Maybe there's a raccoon makeup artist. A makeup artist by day and a dumpster diving raccoon at night. Now that is what I call a that is what I call a contradiction. You're a raccoon by day. I'm sorry, a makeup artist by day and a dumpster diving raccoon at night. I could see that like on the Australian 60 Minutes. I could see that on the Australian 60 Minutes, actually. That would be interesting. Okay. Okay, let's continue then. I got to get back over here. My toothache. What's wrong? My toothache. What are you trying to say? Botox. What? Botox. Botox. Yeah, Botox. I got Botox and my jaw doesn't work. I'm not able to speak because I got Botox. Oh, okay. What's up? I got too much Botox. And they put it right here, and now I can't see. Okay, Meghan Markle is facing baffling backlash for volunteering amid the LA wildfires because the double standard is thriving. So, let me take that away. The double standard is thriving. People be normal about Meghan Markle on the internet challenge impossible. Now, this is from BuzzFeed. This is from BuzzFeed. Hopefully, you've noticed the conversation around Meghan Markle can be a little biased. The woman can't enjoy an avocado. I am referring to the like for like comparison that BuzzFeed News did between Meghan and Kate Middleton headlines in 2020, which you can revisit here. So, what grave misstep has Meghan done this time to annoy the definitely not racist crowd? She's helped out with the California wildfires. Now, when she said here, this is what she's talking about. See there where it says, which you can revisit here? What she's talking about, BuzzFeed had an article a while ago where it showed, these articles that I'm sure you've all seen before, touching your tummy, the avocado, or breaking protocol. Like you see there at the top right, they said Meghan breached protocol because she didn't wear a hat. And yet there's Kate Middleton with the Queen. There is Camilla with the Queen, and neither of them are wearing hats either. They're not wearing hats. Or what about when they said that Meghan's flowers put Charlotte at risk, but yet Kate is carrying the exact same flowers? So this is what they're referring to. Okay? So, given that Meghan was born and raised in Los Angeles, it's perhaps unsurprising that the wildfires have struck a chord. Alongside Prince Harry, Meghan has used the Archwell Foundation to make a monetary donation to disaster relief. They've also opened up their Montecito home to loved ones who have evacuated. Meghan also delayed the release of her Netflix series With Love, Meghan, due to the fires. The pair also went to the Pasadena evacuation site where Fox 11 Los Angeles filmed them in the unexpected live feed on Friday, meaning, of course, they were incognito, they were wearing face masks, and even though the cameras were on them, it escaped the notice of the Fox News crew. They were too busy looking at Newsom's wife. So obviously, there are people that know better, and there are reports that are trickling in that set the record straight. And this is one of them. Pasadena Mayor Victor Gordo said of their visit, "It's great people, great personalities, and great heart for them to come out here and meet with the first responders, meet with the people who were affected." They really buoyed the spirits of the first responders, right? Now, we heard that. And yes, even that waxwork, what's her name? Justine Bateman. She heard this as well, but she ignored this and verbally assaulted them. She ignored it. They also met with World Central Kitchen founder Jose Andreas, who the Archwell Foundation has worked with before. In 2018, Meghan similarly visited with some of the survivors of the Grenfell Tower fire in London. Mayor Victor further said that the two did not come out for publicity. They did not come out for publicity and had, in fact, been there anonymously earlier in the day, adding, no one knew they were serving food with masks, right? Their visit incensed many, such as former actor Justine Bateman, yes, Jason Bateman's sister, who accused the couple of being ambulance chasers and disaster tourists. It's a narrative some tabloids went with, such as the British publication Mirror, which had the headline Meghan and Harry branded disaster tourists for a repulsive LA wildfire photo op. It's worth noting that Meghan and Harry weren't the only celebrities to volunteer, as Jennifer Garner was also photographed with World Central Kitchen. Plenty of other famous people have posted on social media about their donations and fundraising efforts. In short, in short, Meghan Markle was born and bred Los Angeles girl. The media made it a point to show how different she was from the royal family because she was from LA. They now, and I'm sorry, and now they're upset that she is out there helping her hometown. Please find other things to worry about and donate money. Now, this is from Caroline Renard. I don't know who that is. And if you take a look here, take a look on the left. There's Harry and Meghan, incognito, working hard, um, right next to the wife of the governor. There's a reason why this group is together. And I'm going to tell you what it is. I believe it's security. You have security for the governor's wife, you have security for the Sussexes, and perhaps there may be security for the mayor of Pasadena, right? So I think it makes sense for them to be in the same group together. Also, all of them are high profile individuals. So if they are going to places away from most of the public, still a good idea. All right? Still a good idea. And there's Kate at the Sarah Everhart Memorial or Shrine. This was during the global pandemic. Kate is the only adult that is not wearing a face mask. Kate deliberately left her face mask off so that she can show people that she cares, that she feels a kinship to a woman who has been unalived by a Metropolitan Police officer. And what happened? There was a police report saying that a member of the royal family has shown up against the law, by the way. This was an unlawful gathering, which means that it was a breach of protocol. She broke the law and quite a few other things. And after Kate left, some of the women at the vigil were arrested for violating the stay-at-home order. They were arrested. What was the law? It was supposed to be less than 10 people to meet at a given time. They arrested women. Kate wasn't arrested, but there was a police report. And whose name went on the police report? They did list the princess, just not Kate. They put Meghan's name on the police report. Meghan was 5,000 miles away. And Meghan's name went on the police report. And they said, well, we cannot remove it. We will note it, but we won't remove it. We'll make a note that Kate Middleton was there, but we will not remove Meghan's name. We are not going to make a new police report. Meghan's name is going to have to stay, even though she was 5,000 miles away. So the trolls were upset that Meghan dared to be in the kitchen with her hair down, but they are totally fine with Kate being maskless in front of cancer patients for a photo op. Watch racism work. Maskless Kate at a cancer center, touching people, touching her hair, touching her face, and not wearing a face mask. You know, Kate that has children in school, that Kate at the cancer center, touching people. Where's the outrage? When Meghan went to the children's hospital to read to the children, she wore a face mask. None of the royal family will wear a face mask in the same situation. None of them. I can guarantee you, none of them would wear a face mask. This is Kate arriving to the Sarah Everhard shrine. You see that? Kate, no mask. And if you notice, no one from Kensington Palace that has accompanied her to this illegal gathering is wearing a face mask. There they are walking through the park on their way to break the law. There was no investigation. There are no face masks. And Meghan's name went on the police report. There's Kate hopping in a helicopter to move empty boxes for a PR stunt. Now, they will say that this was spontaneous. Kate just showed up. But every time she shows up, there is a hastily arranged camera crew because she just showed up. Harry and Meghan in what appears to be a rented vehicle during the start of the global pandemic. Looks like a Cadillac, I think. They have rented a vehicle and they're delivering food. And they were not photographed by their cameras. They were not filmed by their cameras. That's the paparazzi. Take a look on the right side. Right side, that is Homeboys. I mentioned that yesterday. There's Harry, there's Meghan, and there is one of the former LA gang members, all lined up working. These photos were taken by Homeboys, not by Harry, not by Meghan, but Homeboys. Again, Harry and Meghan during the global pandemic, passing out food and backpacks. And on the right, LA is Meghan's home. She and Harry have been helping their community since returning in 2020. They're not taxpayer funded. They don't have to go anywhere to justify their existence like other royals do. They show up because they're good people, period. That's it, and that's all. So there are two Britons. There's the poor Briton, and then there's the royal family. But no matter what happens, those two will be protected physically, morally, whatever you call it, they will be protected. If they have to lie on the Sussexes, they will protect these two no matter what. Kate says she is in remission from cancer as she thanks staff at hospital for exceptional care. A message on social media signed C said, I during the past year. Kate Middleton opens up about her private cancer journey. You need loads of water and sunlight. Oh, really? Now, one of the squatties with some knowledge of cancer treatment says, or actually, they found this online. It says, sunshine and cancer treatment. If you're having or had cancer treatment, you may be advised to avoid direct sunlight on your skin. Really? This can feel disappointing when sunshine, for many of us, gives a lift in mood and helps the body make vitamin C. So, Kate Middleton has become an expert on all things cancer treatment. And Kate Middleton insists that no matter what your status is, you go out there and soak up as much sun as possible. Do it. You go out there and you soak up as much sun as possible. Don't worry about a diagnosis. It's not that important. You just go out there and you lay in the sun, you dance, you sing, you walk through wheat fields, you jump on a bale of hay, you make out with William on the beach while your kids are sitting up there going, ugh. That's what you're supposed to do. But be advised to know when you've had enough sun. I repeat, be advised to know when you have had enough sun because the ultraviolet rays from the sun can be damaging. It can penetrate the layers of your skin. I mean, all the way down to the the you know how they whatever them layers are. You have to be careful. You can't take chances. Otherwise, you're going to look like something from Madame Tussauds basement. And that's not what we want, is it? Nobody wants that. Not even Madame Tussauds. So be careful, you guys. And don't listen to people who had precancer. Precancer people are a bit clueless. Lex says, wow, when was Kate on Fox? Yes, when was Kate on Fox News? I wonder about that. Um, Thank you very much, Lex. Okay. Oh yeah, this is where I left off. The worst kind of stupid is when they think they're smart. I repeat, the worst kind of stupid is when they think they're smart. Just food for thought. If you think you're smart, but you're really stupid, you might be Kate Middleton. Now, Amanda Platel, disaster tourist Meghan Markle needs to take a leaf out of Kate Middleton's book. The last thing the victims of the LA fires need is a publicity seeking Duchess sobbing on their shoulders. Within a day of the Sussexes being filmed volunteering during the LA wildfires, a tidal wave of criticism followed with the couple condemned as no better than ambulance chasers. Now, as this article was written, directly next to it, Kate reveals her chemotherapy struggles and the invaluable advice that helped her through tough times. You see there? Harry and Meghan bad, Will and Kate good. But in this case, it really just means Meghan, right? That's all they mean is Meghan. And over here, Kate good. See there? Same thing here. Princess of Wales makes emotional visit to hospital where she has been treated for cancer after promising to stand side by side with fellow patients. Wow, it only took a year for her to do that, didn't it? Maureen Callahan, every American I know, remember this one, is saying the same thing about disaster tourists. Meghan delayed her Netflix show to focus on LA wildfires. Kate good, Meghan bad. Following in Diana's footsteps, is she? How Kate Middleton is following in Diana's footsteps as she makes, they should put rare. I'll just do it. As she makes rare emotional visit to Royal Marsden Hospital, which was her mother in law's treasure patronage, whatever. And then over here on the right, Kate comes back, looks, Princess of Wales rewears 770-pound Gabriella Hearst turtleneck and a 979-pound tartan blazer as she makes emotional visit to Royal Marsden Hospital, where she received cancer treatment, which seems odd seeing that she didn't, never mind. It will get better. Now, Princess of Wales shares warm hugs, you guys. She hugged people today, Black people too, as she shares warm hugs with words of support with people whose lives have been turned upside down by cancer on poignant visit to the Royal Marsden. And over here, Harry and Meghan Montecito home is now on the edge of extreme danger zone as LA braces for explosive fire growth with hurricane force winds due today. So now you can see why I was a bit alarmed. And this is just one publication. Of course, you know that the what is the name of that paper? The Express does the most, as well as the Mirror and the Sun and so on. But I feel better. I feel better. Just so you guys know, I did hear you and I do feel better. I feel like this may be short lived. I still have the notion that something more needs to be done, but I am going to be cautiously optimistic for the next few days. Okay? That's the best I can say, is that I am going to be cautiously optimistic. Yeah, that was actually Justine Basement. Basement. I didn't say basement so much. I just called her Justine Basement. Justine Bateman. There we go. That was her. Now I'm going to play this sound for you. This this is the blatant hypocrisy. It's okay for Paris Hilton to volunteer. It's okay for Paris Hilton to show up wearing her Los Angeles baseball cap, just like Meghan did. But the outcome was very different. Now, there are some people who feel race may have been a factor. All I could say is until we know better, I'm going to agree with that. This
Hey everyone, I am here at Pasadena Humane Society, and today I am here with this cat. He has been here for 4 days so far and does not have a collar or a microchip, so they don't know who his owner is. So I wanted to show him so you guys could see, and so he can go back to his home. And I'm also going to be fostering another dog who was surrendered by his family who lost their home in the fire. And we're going to go and see if there's any other dogs where they're still looking for their owners. And just want to tell everyone that this is such an incredible charity, what they do for animals, and they're doing so much work. So that what's most important is getting donations. So I'm going to put the information below. Yeah, I just wanted to come here today and to share my platform and raise awareness and really highlight incredible foundations that are just doing this work, because these are our babies and we're going to find your owner. So I'm going to post a longer video so you guys can really see him, and we're just going to get the word out there. Please put the word out to more people that know how to find him. So I love you. He was from the Altadena fires. And it is A519218.
Okay. Now that is Paris Hilton. Barely audible because, well, she doesn't talk very loud. She just asked for donations. She's even trying to get some of the animals adopted. She's even wearing a blue baseball cap. Essentially, the same thing Meghan was doing, not as much, of course, because I don't think that Paris Hilton is partnered with anything as big as World Central Kitchen. But essentially, she's out there as a celebrity volunteering. I mean, as you can see there on the right side, there she is kitting up some bags of animal. I don't know, but she's working, and nobody's calling her out. Now, here's another.
her house. Pretty much no celebrity shoots at their actual house. I hate to break it to you, it's a security risk. The UK foreign press works for Kate Middleton and Prince William, and they put out hit pieces against this woman all the time to drum up a feud. But guys, someone donating to charity and showing up to a wildfire to help out is the good guy. Pay attention. I don't know why people dunk on this woman. And insiders tell me she's a pleasure to work with. I've never heard anyone who works with her say a bad thing. You guys have the wrong take on this one.
One more time.
The girl is always doing charity. She's always donating to charities. You guys are coming at her because her Netflix special wasn't shot at her house. Pretty much no celebrity shoots at their actual house. I hate to break it to you, it's a security risk. The UK foreign press works for Kate Middleton and Prince William, and they put out hit pieces against this woman all the time to drum up a feud. But guys, someone donating to charity and showing up to a wildfire to help out is the good guy. Pay attention. I don't know why people dunk on this woman. And insiders tell me she's a pleasure to work with. I've never heard anyone who works with her say a bad thing. You guys have the wrong take on this one.
Okay, so that was Cool Mom Jamie. Cool Mom Jamie. And you can find her on TikTok while TikTok lasts. Cool Mom Jamie. Okay. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's Archwell Foundation supports Altadena teen girls fire recovery. That was a donation that they made at the time, or around the time they volunteered. They made this donation, and it has, pretty much gone unnoticed because of the vitriol. The Archwell Foundation has donated to the Altadena Girls Fire Recovery Fund. Town and Country magazine can confirm the organization posted on Instagram yesterday after special thanks to Archwell Productions for your support. Okay, Shelly L says that has been one more time. That has been old Crow actually crawled out of her trailer smelling like cat pee and wet dog. Just to tell lies so she can try to be relevant. Enjoy your 3 minutes of fame. I'm so disgusted. Well, thank you very much, Shelly L. And thank you for the super chat. Cat pee and wet dog. Ugh. 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 Cat pee and wet dog. Okay, well, let me see here. Oh, well, this is for the Altadena. Oh, I need to take that away. Altadena, donate to Altadena Girls. As you can see, it is www.pledge to Altadena Girls. So if you want to look at their website, go to www.pledge to Altadena. I'm pretty sure that since it's a public school, that is going to be, well, anyway. That's it right there. So Prince Harry and Meghan's Archwell Foundation has donated to Altadena Girls Fire Recovery Fund to aid the communities affected by the deadly fires. A special thanks to Archwell Foundation for your support. So, fact check. The fact checking menu. So, Harry and Meghan posted this today, I believe. As you guys know, Mark Zuckerberg has decided open season is best for Facebook. I repeat, Zuckerberg is of the opinion that, that there's no need for them to remove questionable content. Just depend on fact checkers like they have at Twitter, or the site formerly known as Twitter. And it gives you a chance to declare that, I'm sorry, that's what I meant to do. Wow, when was Kate? Oh, I did that one already, right? Sorry about that. What am I looking for? There we go. I wonder if the upcoming movie Apple Cider Vinegar, February 6th on Netflix, is based off of a true story. Did KP get that Netflix deal after all? You know what? I'm laughing, but what if it's true? What if it's true? Thank you, Legs. It doesn't matter whether your views are left, right, or somewhere in between. The latest news from Meta, the latest news from Meta about changes to their policy directly undermines free speech. This should deeply concern us all. Contrary to the company's talking points, allowing more abuse and normalizing hate speech serves to silence speech and expression, not foster it. So, Harry and Meghan, when they found out about this, okay, if you don't know, on Twitter, they have something called a community something, which means that the information is false, a community alert. And it goes just beneath the posting that you feel is a mistake or out of order. So they will use that as a means of keeping what could possibly be considered hate speech, or at the very least just rude and ignorant. They can use that as a way to say, well, we are doing something. We give people a chance to make a community note about it. But it doesn't mean that that Facebook is going to take it down. It most likely they won't take it down, right? Whereas before, Twitter used to remove comments that were, critical of the pandemic response, medication stuff, you know what I mean, that I'm trying not to say. So when it came to the global pandemic, Facebook would not allow people to talk about certain things. But now you can talk about anything just about and get a community note on your soda, or what am I saying, soda? On your comment, you can get a community note, but you can keep the comment. And after a while, those community notes, who's going to be paying attention to them? Who's going to be paying attention to them? Okay. Who wore it better, you guys? Who wore it better? Kate Middleton versus inanimate object tablecloth. Who wore it better, you guys? Or should I say, who wore it best? Come on, who wore it best? Write the letter C for Kate and write the letter T for table. C for Kate and T for table. The table, okay. Okay, that's one for the table. Do you think the table has better legs or do you think Kate legs look better? Okay, there's another T for, oh, table, table, table. Okay, table. Okay, well, there's no need to go on. It's unanimous. The table wears it best. Um, Kate or bed? Kate or bed? Which is CB, just like the radio. CB, Kate or bed? I'm just going to assume that it's the bed. Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, wait, let me take that down so you can see. Yeah, got it. Got it. Look at how those people in the background are looking. You see that? You see the way the people in the background are just like, what the? Nah, she can't be serious. There's no way. Way. She really did wear that. And when she wore that, it wasn't long before she wore this. It did not take long. This is when she was going through her Asian phase, right? The Asian what is it? Tiara? Gosh, what do they call it? Anyway, you know what I mean. Yeah, this is during her Asian phase. Was it Orchard? Orchid? No. Oh well. Okay, continue. It's already gone, but I think someone lost their job over this one. I told you guys, make sure you screenshot. You must screenshot because someone released an old article about William. Prince William's lonely months after splitting from Kate Middleton. Did you get that? He is lonely months after splitting with Kate Middleton. So I think what happened is that somebody without authorization posted an old article about William. But look at his face. It's the new weird face and the old article. How did that happen? How in the world did that happen? And that's why Henry VIII says, it's too late. They already took it away. Gosh, I wish I could find that, but it's gone. You think somebody at the Mirror was trying to say something? Was trying to let people know that this isn't the ghost of William past. This is the ghost of William present. He and Kate are not together. Isn't that something? How could something like that happen? I think the media is letting Wank know they need to get out so they can get some photos. In 2024, William put the okey doke on the British media. No Wank, no Kate, no kids. They are saying, get out so we can make money. Okay, that sounds sensible to me. That this is a shot across the bow of William. You best get to stepping and do some stories for us or make some stories for us. Otherwise, we're going to tell the world that you're separated. How about that? Yeah, I watched that. Well, not watched it, but I listened to that interview and I thought it was pretty cool. But oh well. Thank you very much, Naomi Maria. Uh, that was intentionally done. The mirror is telling us without telling us, it's warning to Willie. Here, here. Now, hurry up tomorrow out of respect and concern for people of Los Angeles County. The Rose Bowl show has been canceled and the album date has been postponed to 1/31/25. So, in other words, the 31st of the month, right? Postponed to the 31st of the month. And you know what? It just goes to show that there are some major players out there. Meghan was one of the first, if not the first, to cancel her show on Netflix. But it seems like other people are following suit, especially, you know, considering that there are some people who just want to have the services and goods they want without having to feel guilty about it. And even though there are so many people suffering in Los Angeles right now, or afraid, or alone, or whatever, there's a lot of people that are like, well, they knew what they were getting into, business as usual. Well, it's just not that easy because as things go in California, so go the rest of the nation. And well, that is something we all need to remember is that um, whatever happens in California, it's like if California sneezes, the entire country catches a cold because it's our most populated state. It's our biggest state, the biggest automobile sales. Everything is just huge. So, now this is the last thing I have to say for today. Pay attention to who shows up for you unconditionally. Pay attention to who shows up for you unintentionally. Those are words to live by. Those are words to live by, is to notice who's giving you a hard time and who's not. Okay? And with that, you folks, I am going to say good night. Thank you. God bless. Thank you for watching Royal. Oh, am I done yet? No, I'm not. I still got what? How many slides? Okay, 3 slides. I got 3 slides. This one says it quite easily and very to the point. Damn. I don't know whose Oscar that was, but obviously someone fleeing for their lives. If you know, put it in the chat. If not, oh well. But yeah, that is just, uh, I don't know. But there you go. Sad sight, though, isn't it? Sad sight. Michelle Obama announces she will not be attending Donald Trump's inauguration. I repeat, no Michelle Obama. She ain't coming. She said she has prior engagements. or something else on her schedule or something. So the dress Meghan is wearing is the exact Zara one that is already, that I already have. You can tell, what is that? You can't tell me anything in 2025 is my, let me see, what does it say? Oh, well. So there you go. And we're done. We are done. So thank you very much. And listen, I thank you for your agreements and disagreements, because it's coming from a warm place, and that is we want the best for Harry and Meghan. So, like I said, I'm in a much better place today than I was yesterday. And after talking to you all, I feel even better today. Believe me, it was not for nothing, or however they say it, but it you all did help. You all did help. So I don't know how else to thank you. You have all collectively calmed my frayed nerves. Okay. And so I want to make sure you get your flowers. I say I want to make sure that you all get your flowers. All right. All right, damn it. Any last comments? I'll take a look at those and then we'll say good night. Thank you all very much. Just like Anita Baker, I'm giving you the best that I got. Right? I'm like Anita Baker. I'm giving you the best that I got. I bet everything on my wedding ring. I'm giving it to you, baby. Ain't there something I can give you in exchange for everything you give to me? Read my mind, you make me feel just fine. When I think of you, I'm at my peace of mind has reached. Yes, as Anita Baker says, scales are sometimes unbalanced, but we bear the weight of all that has to be. Let me see. Just posting this, the protagonist in Apple Cider Vinegar is named Kate, and she fakes having cancer and gets a bigger following. Art inspired by life. Thank you, Legs. Let me see. That is the Baron Lee. That is the Baron Lee. Well, I Lee you too, Myra. I Lee you too. As a matter of fact, Myra, I Lee you extra. Let me see. Let me see. There we go. Baron Anita, then or now. Auntie be way out there these days. Okay. I'm gonna say then. I was more into Anita Baker back in the day. Woo 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 woo. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, okay. Love you too, Myra. Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't sure about the leak because, I'm not into weird stuff, but thank you. Mary H. says, Baron, I send you some seasoning from New Orleans after Christmas. Did you receive it? Maybe it had the wrong address. Um, Let me see. I believe that there is a package waiting for me that I have not retrieved yet. So we'll see. We'll see. But I will check this week, I promise. Um Let me see. Cause I can see I have something and it is 3.5 pounds, and I don't know what that is. So maybe that's yours? Does that sound right? Weighing about 3 pounds or more? Maybe that's it. So if that is it, then it only just arrived. 2 days ago, yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Yeah, I can see what's delivered before I get it. I can't see what it is, but I can see that it's there. That's clever how they do that with the app, but they scan everything. So hopefully that's it. That'll be a nice surprise. I got to go out and get some sausage and some shrimps and crab legs. A good pot of gumbo can cost about $200. Jambalaya is not as expensive, of course, but gumbo, woo, some good eating, and it's expensive. Let me see here. Nita Baker and Luther Vandross would have been great singing together, but they didn't like each other. Big egos, yeah. Wah, 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 wah. The boo-wah. Wah, 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 wah. When we met, I could feel the magic from you. Let me see. All right, you guys, I'm not going to do a marathon tonight. I'm going to say goodnight. It's been 2 hours and we're going to leave it there. Thank you all so much. It's been interesting. And yes, we need to keep praying for the Sussexes. Stay positive. And what else? Yeah, just remember to take care of yourselves and each other. Take care of your families. Pray for one another. I think that's it. I don't have anything else. With love so strong and so and I tell you now that I made a vow, I'm giving you the best that I got. Listen, honey, I bet everything on my wedding ring up, giving it to you, baby. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I bet you Anita Baker would go to her lawyers if she heard me singing that. Lydia, I kind of feel like this is the Academy Awards and I hear music playing. What are you trying to say? Is this like the Academy Award acceptance speech? That's what I feel like is happening right now. What are you trying to say? Talk to me. Ah, anyway, I want to thank my proctologist. I want to thank my OBGYN. I want to thank my third grade teacher. I want to thank the crossing guard when I was in kindergarten. Um, Also, I want to thank the guys at the Steak and Shake. Also, I want to and I want to thank my fifth grade PE teacher who believed in me. And I want to thank the class in fifth grade that never picked me. They always picked the skinny kids first, right? And I want to thank my ophthalmologist and my optometrist because they don't get along. Let me see who else I want to thank. Oh, that reminds me of another song. I want to thank you, Heavenly Father, for shining your light on me. And I know it wouldn't happen. Okay, I'm going to go for real, y'all. Good night. Oh, by the way, thank you, moderators, for keeping this a safe space. And tomorrow, I'm going to do a whole show. You hear me? I am going to dedicate the entire show tomorrow to none other than Tim Wilson. I know you all will be there. Tomorrow is going to be the Tim Wilson hour. So look forward to it. God save the cartoonists. Look forward to it. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Let me see. That means I can't show up at work looking like Nana again this week. You know what? I would let me see. Since you said Nana, I would let me see. Wait, where is it? There we go. I would pay good money if you went to work, but you have to record it so we could see it. If you went to work and started talking like Nana.
That King Charles may never be Prince Harry. Is he being selfish? I ask this. Is he being selfish? I ask this. Spheres agreeing that King Charles may Prince Harry. Is he being selfish? Prince Harry. Prince Harry. Prince Harry. Is he being selfish?
Yeah, you have to do that. You have to do that. You have to find the rattiest wig you can and just go in there. Prince Harry. Prince Harry. Okay. Good night, guys.
Harry. Is he being selfish? I may never be Prince Harry. Is he being selfish? I ask this. Spheres agreeing that King Charles may never be Prince.
There. And you have to walk around all day just like that. You have to. You just have to walk around work like that tomorrow. Okay, ciao.